Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. In today's video, I am in Ultimate Champion League pushing Path of Legends using a brand new creation that I just gave birth to. This is my second game ever playing this deck in my life. I have just made a new variation of Expo Cycle that uses Queen Bow with two never before seen evolutions in Expo. So I am playing Queen Bow with Fireball, Cannon, and Evolution Ice Spirit, believe it or not. So I was actually pushing with Queen Bow just for fun. I got a 97% win rate in Ultimate Champion on my way up, and I was pretty happy with that performance. Only one loss, of course. And I was playing with Evo Knight, Evo Skeletons, the pretty much traditional, standard, confirmed pair of evolutions that we use in Queen Bow these days. But I actually decided to give this a shot after seeing how one of my good friends, Mortar, was pushing with 3.0 Expo Cycle on top ladder, and he was playing with Evo Archer's Evo Ice Spirit, believe it or not. So I was like, you know what? Electro Spirit is very important in Queen Bow, but let me just give it a shot with Ice Spirit, with the evolution, because Evo Ice Spirit is honestly one of the most underrated evolutions in the entire game, bar none. It actually puts in so much work, it's ridiculous, and I've actually just been seeing so much success. I've been playing with other decks for fun this meta, so I've been playing with Pigs Earthquake mainly, and it's just been getting so much value, especially against all the P.E.K.K.A decks, you know, P.E.K.K.A, Goblin Giant, when you have a massive push with Evo Goblin Giant, Evo P.E.K.K.A, and I've been defending those pushes with the Pigs EQ deck because of Evo Ice Spirit, so I decided, let me give this a shot in Expo Cycle. So as I said, I'm on Path of Legends Ultimate Champion League, pushing ladder around the top 2,000 range right now, so nothing too special, but honestly, I've not had fun in this meta. It's one of the worst metas we've had in a long time, and I find it kind of crazy how we say that every single season, but it's legitimately true. Just Goblinstein breaking the game, as well as some other overpowered evolutions right now, but I do think I'm actually able to have some fun for once in this meta. With this variation, at least, I've actually been enjoying myself, so yeah. Gonna go for our first Evo Ice Spirit of the day right about here, and again, bear with me guys, because this is my second game ever playing with this deck, so I might need a bit of time to adjust to it and get used to it. As you can see though, Evo Ice plus Evo Skellies cooking that entire push. Evo recruits Goblinstein, and everything just got melted. Let me pop my second Queen ability right here, and he goes for a really bad Evo Bomber. Let me go Offensive Expo on the left, since he does have to respond to that Queen, and he does so with the Flying Machine late. Goes for a late Goblinstein, so unfortunately just going to reset. Goblinstein is so overpowered because it's like one of the best counters to Expo in the game, so it's especially overpowered against Expo decks, and I find it so funny how like every single time there's a new card, it somehow counters Expo, man. Like, I'm not even trying to complain that much, but look at that. Like, the Goblinstein, you play it late, they're low on elixir, they have no elixir for the Goblinstein, they play it down, and the stun of the Doctor just resets your Expo. Anyways, the tank has infinite value with that monster, so you just infinite HP is what I meant to say. It's pretty late at night right now, so I'm a little bit tired, but we'll see what we can do with this push nonetheless. But yeah, that monster just has infinite HP, and it's just so hard to break through against. So honestly, I find this version so fun, guys, because it does have the perfect blend of offense and defense, if you ask me. We still have pretty good offensive potential with Evo Ice Spirit, Evo Skellies. They're actually pretty solid on offense, to be honest, both of them. And we have a Fireball, which is one of the most important spells in terms of Expo's versatility on offense. I'm going to go for my Ice Spirit and not go Evo Skellies, because he does have that Goblinstein ability, so I kind of don't want to play into that. I will take a bunch of chip in the right, but we are still in the lead, so it's totally okay. We're against Recruit Royal Hogs right now, a very toxic matchup, if I might say, but wow, the Queen's on the tower. That's going to be 3 hits on the tower along with that Fireball. That's insane. We have another Evo Ice with this right side's push name on it. My English is all over the place. I'm pretty tired right now, guys, but basically that Evo Ice Spirit kind of cooked that entire right side. And I'm going to go for the Cannon for these Pigs, Evo Skellies too, and if he goes for like a spell, I can just log or whatever. Take the Fireball on the Doctor plus Flying Machine, perfect value right there. Let's go Ice for the Doctor. Don't think that actually kills it, so unfortunate. I'll just log to finish it off. Go for my ability, go for my Knight to cut everything to the middle. Cannon again, Ice Spirit plus log. Look at this defense, guys, just immaculate, perfect defense time and time again. Like, I'm playing really well, but also this deck just has capabilities to defend very well. Like, he hasn't hit my towers barely ever, except for one annoying big Goblinstein push, but otherwise he has not touched my towers. Evo Ice with these Pigs name on it, or names, I guess, and then Fireball for the Flying Machine, Evo Skellies to be safe, and that is just a very easy win. Like, there was no stress. I mean, it was pretty tough to defend at some points, but I was just chilling like a lot, and I'll just get 2 Fireballs off on his tower just for fun. Ice Spirit, Log, and we're already back to a Fireball right there. So crazy card cycle. I'm going to say thanks just because he's playing Recruits, and I find this to be such a toxic deck right now. Evo Recruits Goblinstein, like this is one of the lowest skill decks in the meta right now. We were able to just destroy it though, as you can see. This deck just has infinite capabilities. I also found Evo Knight to not be that useful, so I just wanted to sub out for the Evo Ice Spirit. It's been working wonders. Like, I really just made this deck. And yeah, second game ever with it. Let's see what we can do with this deck. Alright guys, so into our next match against Lewis, Hart, Connie. So, let's see what we can do. I think we are getting close to 2300 now, so feeling pretty good about that. See a Skeleton Barrel first play. So, some people might be asking me about no Tesla, especially no Evo Tesla, and yeah, I was playing 3.0 Expo with Evo Tesla, but unfortunately it's just not very viable. Like, none of the top players are playing Evo Tesla anymore. It's not that overpowered. So Betfus is playing Evo Knight, Evo Archers in 3.0. Mortar, my friend, like I said, is playing Evo Archers, Evo Ice Spirit. So just no Evo Tesla. Wow, that's so unlucky. Like one tile away from activation. I was really hoping for an activation there, but this should be okay. I don't know what this deck is. Firecracker, Zappy, Skarmy. Let's go for the Log to clear a path. And we're getting pretty close to our Evos, guys. The reason I love these Evos as a pair as well is because you just use your cycle card so often. Okay, hold up. I have to Fireball that, I guess. And I want to activate King. Oh, he goes for the Skelly Barrel, so I can't. I have to go Knight, actually. Damn, dude. Like, I wanted to activate King, but I don't think I could have. But that was good pressure by him. I wanted to activate off the Firecracker. That failed. I wanted to activate off the MK, which I would have gotten successfully, but he abused the bat. So one big weakness, guys, I will admit, of this deck, especially without E-Spirit, is bats. E-Spirit does help against bats quite a bit, but without that, you can't really hit bats consistently with an Ice Spirit. It's a very hard trick to do. If you're very talented, then sure you can. I've hit those beautiful Ice Spirits before, but it's not consistent. You can't rely on it, so you kind of have to Fireball bats a lot of the time with this deck, especially Evo bats. Just telling you guys right now, if you want to give it a shot. He plays the RG, which I was honestly expecting. I mean, there is a meta deck that's like RG MK bait, but it's pretty unfortunate. This is like a terrible start to this match. I'll go for the pre-log on the Skarmy. We do get it off. Perfect log. I'm pretty happy with that. We might get some chip for that. No, he goes for the Evo MK late, and that's just going to shut down my entire push, unfortunately, so there's not much I can do about that. I mean, I'll just let it go, I guess. Evo Skellies for the Evo MK. That's actually one of the best counters to Evo MK in the game. I'll go for the bow. Actually, I can't. He's one off RG. I can't. I want to so bad, but I can't, guys. It's tragic. I'll go for my Fireball on the bats, I guess. Just getting that spell cycle in. Knight for the RG, then get back to the cannon as fast as I can. There's the Firecracker bridge that I can't do anything about, and the stupid RG pushes the Knight backwards, so that's actually just going to be like, wow, like 600 damage on my tower here. This is genuinely tragic. Like, this is not going my way, but I am not going to give up. I still have faith in myself, guys. Never give up. I'm going to go for the Expo right about now, because he might go for something in the left, as he goes for the bat, so okay. MK, no, he goes for the RG, but looks like he was one off RG. Let me go Evo Ice. Yo, that catches Zappies. Let me react and go for the Skellies in time for the Zappies. And we're actually getting a lot of damage on the tower right now. Wow, that is like 1,400 or however much it was, but that's a sizable lock, and I can actually switch lanes now. I'm going to go Cannon for this, and I'm going to go for the Expo in the right. I think with this, it's a pretty good counter push. Well, let me Ice Spirit to make sure I don't take a splash. Okay, actually, let me just go for the Fireball. As I said, you do Fireball bats quite a lot, especially against these types of matches where it might come down to spell cycle. We're only like within a 700 damage differential at this point. Let me go Skellies, Cannon, then Expo, because he is kind of low in Elixir, plus he has to respond to the Evo Skelly cell, so we have some dual lane pressure right now, and he's too low in Elixir to play anything. That's just going to be a good game, guys. We caught him. He overcommitted too hard with that RG, Zappies, Firecracker at the bridge play. That's going to be GG in both lanes. That is an amazing win, amazing comeback against RG bait. So Queenbow has crazy defensive potential, guys. Look at those positive trades I made on defense, which allowed me to overcommit a bit on offense and just make an amazing push happen. That is a great comeback, and that is one win away from 2300. Alright guys, into our match for 2300 against M Knight Master. Oh, this guy has a number 7 finish, as you saw, so he's actually like a genuine professional player. And I'm pretty sure I recognize him. He plays Mega Knight bait, which was MK, Inferno Dragon, Skeleton Barrel. You guys know the deck. So this is going to be a pretty interesting match, I guess. I mean, I haven't really faced MK bait. I think this genuinely might be his first time ever facing this exact deck, guys, because I don't think anyone else is playing this deck. Like, most Expo players are playing 3.0 Expo right now and struggling because 3.0 is bad in the meta. Expo in general is really bad in the meta. I mean, Goblinstein meta. And I don't think anyone has had or someone might have had this idea, but I don't think anyone has really had the idea of mine on top ladder with Evo Ice, Evo Skellies. I genuinely think, like, I'm not going to take full ownership and say, oh, I, like, totally made this deck and I totally gave it a creation from scratch, but I will say I made this deck, and I haven't seen anyone else playing it at all in top 200. Top 200, the only players playing Expo are Betfus and Hunter, and Mortar the other day as well. 3 of those are 3.0 Expo, and one of them is Icebo, which is Hunter. So yeah, I genuinely do think I kind of like made this deck, and I'm pretty proud of it, honestly, because again, this meta has not been very fun for Expo at all. You guys can all empathize with me, right? Like Goblinstein breaking the meta. No one really likes that, but I've just been having so much fun with the Evo Ice Spirit, to be honest. Like, it just makes the game enjoyable. You can actually defend those crazy pushes, and Evo Scalers are actually really good against the Goblinstein Doctor, against Evo MK, against Evo P.E.K.K.A. Like, just so many instances where they're good. Let me go Expo, because he might respond to the Evo Scalers in the right. No, he will not. We did outcycle the MK, but he's back to it now, and he will go for that. So let me go for the Cannon instead of the Knight, actually, because... Okay, let me go for the Evo Ice on these bats. I do get 1 on the MK. I think I'll get a second one as well. Yep, look at that value, guys. No need to respond. Like, a normal Ice Spirit would not do that. Electro Spirit would definitely not do that. Although I guess I could have caught the bats with an Electro Spirit. But, like, that was just really satisfying, you know? Let me go for the bow again. We have outcycled the MK by 2 right now, so... Spears. Okay, I'll go for the Knight for the Goblin Gang, Log for the Skeleton Barrel, and he's back to Mega Knight now. Let me go for the Cannon to DPS down every single Goblin in that Goblin Gang. Ice Spirit for the MK. And Tower will be on the bat, so perfect trade right there. Let me go Skellies to surround this Mega Knight, and then I'll have to go for the Knight, I think. I can go Knight plus Bow immediately. Once again, he's like 3 off Mega Knight right now, so we're just going crazy offense, trying to get a lock. I think this is the only way I can play this matchup, guys, because my defense is kind of lacking. I'll go for a Fireball on the Goblin Gang right there, and that's going to be a lock. Beautiful. So let me go Evo Skellies on the MK, Ice Spirit for the bats, and then... How do I defend this, actually? Cannon for the Skeleton Barrel. And I think I do have to Fireball. Yeah, I got to Fireball that. So I'll take the Fireball. On the MK plus bats plus spears, we do miss a bit of the bats, but we hit the spears, so I think that was worth it. I mean, all my efforts finally paid off, guys. Maybe the Fireball was an overcommit on the Goblin Gang. I think I actually missed like 3 of the spears with the Fireball. We're in the lead, and basically what I was doing was just pressuring a lot because, as I said, it's basically impossible for me to break through against this guy's deck with my normal pushes if I try to, so... I actually think that was pretty fire, like the play I made, and I'm pretty proud of it. So yeah, just going to chill now, and I think if we just chill and spell cycle, I'll get the win. I'm gonna go Knight the back. I don't want to start Fireball cycling just yet. I will be Fireball cycling him pretty soon on those eye drags and whatnot, but for now we'll just chill. Knight the back, anticipating a Mega Knight, which he does totally go for. Go for my Ice to reset this Inferno Dragon, Evo Skellies to catch the Miner, Log on the Skeleton Barrel. He does go for a Evo Zap, so I mean Evo Zap forced out is pretty good. Let me go for a Knight. And that's actually a perfect Knight, guys. Did not intend on it being that perfect, but the Knight took the eye drags targeting to protect the Queen, walked back to attack the Miner, and reset the Inferno Dragon. That was actually perfect, and now I will switch to spell cycling on the Inferno Dragons, because Inferno Dragon is one of the most annoying cards for this Queen Wood deck to deal with. Wow, that Ice Spirit was like 1 away from jumping, bro. That's insane. Let me get a Fireball. Yo, that Fireball was so satisfying, and I kind of have to lock in for this triple now. But we don't have many eye drag counters, what I was trying to say, so we do have to chill and use Queens plus Ice Spirits when necessary, and maybe even Fireballs to deal with those Inferno Dragons. Let me go for the Evo Ice right about now. Fireball cycle on the tower, log the Spears, Knight to reset this Miner right now, and Evo Ice is just cooking. Let's go Ice Spirit again. Look at that, guys, double freeze. That is actually so just beautiful. Beautiful in every sense of the word. Evo Ice freeze plus a new Ice Spirit. That's 2 Ice Spirits on 1 target. Have you ever seen that before in your life? Let me go Evo Skellies for this Miner. Cannon to DPS it down. Have to Fireball again. Have to log on the tower as well. I have no physical choice. Evo Ice for all of this. Evo Skellies catch the Miner, then Knight to block, and I think we just barely come out on top. Yes, sir, that was a beautiful defense, and that's going to let us come out on top and take the game in tiebreaker. That is very, very impressive, if I do say so myself. I'm very proud of that win. And that's going to be 2,300 now, so feeling pretty good about that, guys, against a top player again. 2,300, so breaking into top 2,000 now. And again, look at that guy's profile. He literally has top finishes, number 7 in the entire world, and a top 100 ladder finish. Amazing win against a professional player. Alright guys, and we got a game against Friedrich? I was gonna say Frederick, and then I'm like, wait, is it Friedrich? Fried Rich? Maybe he's just rich and fried. But I'm a little lower in metals again. This is honestly such a tough and painful meta, as I already said. It's just really bad, because Goblin-Stein, man, I just lost to Pigs EQ, which is honestly a pretty tough matchup, I'd say. If they know what they're doing, it's like they just have a better version of our deck. I mean, Pigs, Earthquake versus Expo. Like, it's just a better win con overall, and it's annoying. And then I faced an E-Giant, Evo Recruits, Goblin-Stein, Evo Bomber deck. Like, that was just absurd. I never want to face that again, man. But, gonna go for a Queen in the back here, as we are up against Goblin-Stein again. I mean, I think you can expect every single game to be Goblin-Stein at this point. I don't know if I already mentioned this in the video earlier, but I feel like a big benefit of Cannon in this meta, specifically as well, is because it's a good counter to Goblin-Stein. And that is, wow, possibly the worst ability I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but it literally hit nothing, so just a free 2 elixir for me. Plus, we have another Queen ability coming up, so this is why I love Queen, guys. It's so good on defense, then you can get a second one on offense too, gonna pop. And he does go for the Fireball, so let me just go for an Expo right about now, since he's down elixir because of that Fireball. And I'll go Evo Ice plus Skellies for these pigs. Should kind of freeze everything perfect. Gonna go for the log too, and this should definitely be an Expo lock. Yep, it is gonna be a lock. Beautiful Evo Ice Spirit just coming in clutch. As I've said, guys, Evo Ice Spirit is honestly just so underrated. He goes for the arrows. I would honestly go Knight the Bridge, because I know he's at like 1 elixir right now. I don't think it'll do anything. I think he'll be able to get back to like a cage or whatever. So this is going to be Recruits Royal Hogs again, and I actually feel like I have a pretty good chance in this one, because I already cooked the other Recruits guy pretty badly, and I feel much more comfortable with a deck like this Queen Bow deck than 3.0 Expo or Ice Bow against Recruits, because I mean, Cannon's just better than Tesla in every way except for the Flying Machine, but then we do have a Fireball for the Flying Machine as well. I do have a Queen, which is kind of hard for them to kill without overcommitting, so yeah, it's nice. Let's go for a Queen right here, and Queen is also a pretty good Goblin-Stein counter, like from the sidelines, honestly, so Queen is definitely back in the meta, with Void being nerfed, and just generally, like, if it wasn't for Goblin-Stein, I think Queen might be the best champion in the game right now. I know it was Skelly King before, but that was only because of that Mortar bait deck, and right now it's kind of back to just a normal meta. Let's go Bow, because we have a beautiful little sequence going here, and that's going to be a nice counter push. So I just had a perfect defense, and now we have a perfect offense. Go for my ability, Log, and I think I'll get a nice Fireball off on everything here. Let me go for that, and we do clear the Brawler plus Recruit. Let me go for the Knight to kite those Recruits out of range in the left. That's going to be a perfect defense and a perfect offense. That's actually pretty satisfying, if I do say so myself. That was actually pretty nice. Let's just go for our Cannon on defense now. And because of that nice defense plus offense, we can basically just chill from here. I mean, I don't need to break through again. I'll just go for the Log, Knight to protect the Cannon, Queen to snipe the Flying Machine directly. See, like, Queen is so good. Archers could not do that, but Queen can solo a Flying Machine by herself without even going for the ability. Then we can save the ability for offense, so it's pretty great in that sense too. Gonna go for the Skellies to kite, Cannon, Knight to protect, and it's just rinse and repeat. Like, this is just really chill defense. Like, I've never had more chill defense, man. Like, this deck is so defensive. I love it, man. I just love it. So, gonna go for the Queen to snipe the Flying Machine again. He's trying to, like, protect the Flying Machine, but that was a bit of a bad play, so I'll just go for an Expo right now. I don't feel like being that aggressive in this matchup. Again, I've basically won the game already, but I feel like since I'm just, like, it's kind of what happens when you become a top player. You have this feel, you know, like game sense. You have a feeling of the state of the game and, like, the positions, and I just know that I was up elixir because he's overcommitting. So in that instance, it's just instinct for me to, like, punish and go for an Expo, if that makes sense. Anyway, Evo Ice gonna cook on this defense, Evo Skellies too, just to distract, and I think I can just chill again. Like, literally, this is just chilling non-stop. Let's just Fireball the Flying Machine, heading into triple elixir now. Just gonna be defending Recruits for 1 minute, just casual, chill Recruits defense for 1 minute. So gonna go for my pre-cannon, Queen the back. Pre-cannon is always a nice play. Let me teach you guys a little trick right now if you did not know. Log plus Fireball does clear 1 full lane of Recruits, and it also gets tower damage in the process. It's a bit of overcommitment, but especially when you can afford it in triple, it's a nice play to just clear one side. He has a Fireball himself. I think that's the first time he used the Fireball just now, but he's going to protect my Cannon even further. And even without an activated King, this defense is just going crazy. Imagine if I had an activated King on top of everything. Let's just go for our Skellies. Evo Ice, I want to save to get good value if I can. Let's see. Okay, I'll go for it here because I kind of have to cycle. And then I'll go for my second Cannon, go for my Log, Evo Skellies to just populate and destroy everything, and he didn't even touch my tower. Don't think he got a single bit of damage on my tower there. Now we can just go for 2 fireballs to end it at the very end of triple. So just chill Recruits defense again for 1 straight minute. That's going to be GG's, and a great win against Royal Recruits Royal Hogs, a very toxic deck, and one that you actually stand somewhat of a chance against with this Queen deck, or with this Queen Bow deck that I made. So yeah, I've been enjoying it quite a bit, honestly. Alright guys, let's begin the untilt. I think I'm just going to try and end above 2300. I mean, top 2k is basically my range for when I'm not really trying on ladder. I'm just like maintaining a somewhat decent position, because usually if I just play like, you know, a few games a day, I'll finish the season around top 2000. So if I'm trying, obviously it's like top 500 or below, but yeah, I think I'll just try and maintain a top 2k position right now. So we see a drill and a pretty aggressive Magic Archer. Let's go for the Queen just to kill that. Wow, he actually predicts with the ice. Well played. And okay, really bad Goblin-Stein. So it was a really good Ice Spirit, but it's a really bad Goblin-Stein, and so now I think he might just be dead. Like, I think I can just go bow with this Queen, and I don't really see how he survives this, because, I mean, we have a big counter push. He does pop ability, but that should die, please. Yep, it's dead. Let's pop our Queen ability right about now. Let's go ice to catch whatever he plays. That is going to get on the tower, and that's going to be a pretty nice lock. Now, I think he's going to go Marcher if he's back to it, so I'll go Skellies just to preemptively stop any kind of play like that, and he's actually just going to let this go in its entirety. So, I mean, good play on his end. At the start, that was actually pretty annoying, you know, with the Marcher and then the prediction Ice Spirit. That was well played, but the Goblin-Stein was too much, and like I was saying about game sense being a top player, you can just tell when they overcommit, and right there, the dude just overcommitted. Like, that Goblin-Stein was not it. I got a huge counter push with my Queen. You gotta recognize opportunities as an Expo player, guys. You just have to. Knight's gonna perfect defend. I'm gonna go for the bow right now, because he might actually still be in trouble. Okay, Goblin-Stein, fair enough. I'll just have to let this go, which is okay. Again, it's like one of the best counters to Expo in the game. We do force out 7 Elixir, though, so, you know, I spent 6 and forced out 7. I also defended the drill, which was 4, with my 3 being the Knight, so he's actually spamming quite a lot, and he's honestly not really up much Elixir. In fact, I think he's kind of down Elixir. Do have to use both my cycle cards there, so a bit unfortunate, but I should still be chill. Let's just go for a Queen in the back here and set up. So I don't think it's a big spell. Let's find out. Does he have like a poison? But usually Marcher decks don't run a poison. They have like NATO log. So against these kinds of decks, you can always just go Queen the back, build up an advantage. Let's go for the Knight, and I'll just log the drill. Log Ice Spirit Skellies to full counter that drill. Ice Spirit for the second wave, Skellies for the third wave. And as you can see, we already took the tower in the right. Like, he just couldn't afford to defend. He tried to get away with like bomb tower, log Ice Spirit while pressuring with an Evo drill, but I just pressured at the right time. Like, pressure while defending is very much a real concept, and right there he just couldn't really do much because he had to defend the Expo, but he already spent the 4 with the drill. I think if he didn't go for the drill, he could have defended the Expo, but since he did not have enough Elixir, he was just dead. He's going to activate King. He's going to give up. So that's going to be GG's, guys. Great win again. So Queen Bow kind of just destroys decks like these, especially if they have a Valkyrie. Like this guy, wait, actually, does he even have a Valkyrie? I don't think he does. I think he has a Goblin-Stein, right? So I guess Goblin-Stein is a great Expo counter, but there's only one of them, so his only real counters to Expo are Goblin-Stein and Bomb Tower. So if you can, like, outcycle them, Queen Bow has such a heavy-duty type deck with the Queen, the Knight, like, just heavy pressure. So if you build up those good situations, you can just pressure and just take their entire tower. Alright guys, into our final game for 2300. Let's just get 23 again and call it for now. Against USA is my city. Shout out to all of you guys who are watching from the USA, from America. I know that is definitely my biggest demographic by far. I always check my YouTube analytics, whether it's in my streams or in my actual long-form videos, so much love to you guys if you're watching from the US. I really do appreciate you guys. It's funny because actually you don't have to pay taxes to your government, even though I used to live in New York so long ago, not recently at all, but I've been a Singaporean citizen. I serve military in Singapore, and yet I'm still forced to pay taxes to the US because of my YouTube revenue. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, that's a whole different topic. This guy's playing Goblin-Stein. I was kind of yapping, so I don't really know what else he has. See a Ram Rider. Okay, I'll just go for my cannon. Ice Spirit. Ice Spirit's so good, guys. Like, I feel like E-Spirit's good against all those Mortar Bait decks. I think Mortar Bait is still very much a real deck in the meta, so I have been fortunate enough to not face that very much. I did face quite a lot of, like, Recruits and other bait decks, too, like the MK Bait, but against any other deck, I think Ice Spirit's actually really good. Like, it's so good. Nice. Let me go Knight to predict a Bomber. I think these P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider decks always have, like, a Bomber or something, so I'll just go Knight to block that and try and get a lock. We do get a nice lock, and I just have to defend this P.E.K.K.A. And if I defend this, I think I win the game. Let's go Queen. Let's go Skellies to kite the P.E.K.K.A. over. He goes Goblin-Stein. Okay, aggressive play, but I think I'm good here, guys. What I'll do is I'll pop Ability to keep the Queen alive. I'll go cannon to kite the monster over, and queen should help out against the monster too. That was a perfect offense and defense, so that is exactly how you punish a P.E.K.K.A. in the back, to basically take the entire tower. And that's also how you defend after the fact. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we can pop our second queen ability, actually, which I very much will do. Yo, he was not ready for that. Look at this queen ability, guys. Like I said, 2 queen abilities in one lifetime. And the left tower is lower than the right. That's just insane. So this is basically game over. Now, I'm thinking of a defensive expo because I don't know what his spells are, but I suspect he might not have a big spell. It might just have, like, arrows. So let's go for the Debo and find out firsthand. I can't believe you guys. We're basically going to take both towers. That's hilarious. Let's go Evo Ice. This is exactly what I was talking about, guys. These situations. Look, Ram Rider plus Goblinstein plus Evo P.E.K.K.A. These are where Evo Ice shines. As soon as I say that, the ice doesn't splash onto the Ram Rider. But still, look at that value, man. Didn't even have to respond to that P.E.K.K.A. with, like, much else. Goes for a second P.E.K.K.A. I'll get my Evo Skellies down ASAP. And he's just dead. Yeah, he's dead. He goes arrows. He can't do anything. I could just expo in the left because he's not back to P.E.K.K.A. Plus he has to respond to my queen in the right. So I think, well, I might as well just chill actually, because I mean, he's in range of 2 fireballs in the left. Like, I don't need to go in, I guess. I was getting a bit too trigger happy there. The 3.0 player in me is coming out. Let's just go for the double fireball. So fireball number 1. Okay, Bomber, well played, but I'll just log it back to only take 1 on the tower, and then we're just chilling. So Bomber is a big concern, but not that often. Let's go Evo Ice for this. Okay, Ram Rider is indeed not going to the other cannon, but I'll just... Okay, for some reason I thought it was log fireball range. I'll just go for the fireball. It's a very easy win, not even close anyways, though the end was a bit tense. But that's going to be GG's. We basically won in both lanes, guys, so perfect win and punish against a P.E.K.K.A. deck. So everyone asking how to beat P.E.K.K.A. There you go. That was a nice win against P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider. That's going to be 2300, top 2k again. That's pretty much it for the video. So again, guys, I did kind of give birth to this new Expo deck. I'm really enjoying it with the Evo Ice Spirit. Feel free to give it a shot if you guys want to try some stuff out. And that's what it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.